35-29 down at our place, as you mentioned. But this should be an interesting one, Andy. This is what the girls have really been building for the last couple of years, is a sectional title. And they've come into this sectional not necessarily a favorite, but they got one heck of a draw, in my opinion. But this is a sectional that, Andy, there's no time like the present. The Lady Eagles got 2 nights to get it done.
Absolutely. There we go. We'll turn that back on. Absolutely, yes. The draw that they needed. This team did not need to have to play 3 games.
No.
Over the course of 5 nights. They got a chance to play 2. The only drawback, you got to play East Noble on their home floor, which that's the only one of the sectional opponents that we defeated. Obviously, Carroll's out of this thing in a tight one with DeKalb 55-50 on Tuesday night. But you got to be ready to go. I think the start is very critical for the Lady Eagles. Offensively, they go with defense, but offensively, we've got to get something done.
Andy, you're exactly right. You look at some individuals out there on the floor, and we got to have some 10-point performances tonight by at least 3 kids, in my opinion, and none bigger than Angie Roy. If Angie Roy can put 16 on the board, and we look at Hoppy and have her get somewhere in the neighborhood of 8, and Ruckman and Rose bring their load of luggage with them and put in 12, 14 apiece, the Lady Eagles will have a good, successful night offensively. But if we're chipping away with 4 kids under 10 points a game, that's not going to get her done here in Kendallville.
That's right, and speaking of Alyssa Ruckman, she's been a little bit hobbled, so, how is she going to come out? There's another issue. Will she be able to sustain the effort and be able to get into what usually turns into a physical ball game with the Lady Knights?
Yeah, this has always been an up-and-down game up here in Kendallville. They are a rugged team, to say the least, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just they like to get up and down the floor. They got big bodies that get up and down the floor quick. And anytime you get that combination working, it's dangerous, because the Lady Eagles are key defensively, and they want to make their offense work off their defense. And if they can't get that going, you can look for another tight ball game and another 35-29 score. Who wins this one, however, we don't know.
That's right. And you've got the Shea Day sisters in there, 6 foot apiece. One's a junior, one's a sophomore. I mean, there's a lot of size to deal with. Gordon, the center, at 6'2". So across the front line, although the one Shea Day does play guard, but then you throw in, let's see, their other forward, although it seems to be Phil Stewart at 5'7", although I think she handles the point as well. So very loaded lineup there. And we look at what's transpired between the teams here. East Noble, 0-4 against the rest of the sectional field. Kind of an ironic statistic there. Of course, Columbia City, 1-3. They've only beat East Noble. So Carroll, the hottest team coming in, 10 in a row, they're out.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And they gave DeKalb all they wanted and more the other night. And DeKalb really almost saw a quick end to their sectional run, possibly. I mean, that was a 55-50 ball game, if memory doesn't escape me here. And that's the Carroll team that really came a long way after that big Columbia City win they had down at Carroll.
Yeah.
And it seemed like when they beat the Lady Eagles, they took off.
They took off, and we kind of went the other way for a while.
Yep, that was kind of a defining game for both teams.
Yes, it was, if you ever would say that. There it was, Tom. You were right. Back on December the 10th, somewhere in there, Lady Eagles with an 11-point lead at Carroll. And going into that fourth quarter, and that melted down, and that was the end of the road. And the Lady Eagles' struggles of up and down roller coaster play started. And for Carroll, they took off. They went 10 in a row, but unfortunately for them, they're out of the tournament. They're sitting at home tonight. Meanwhile, DeKalb plays a tough Warsaw team that's been a little bit inconsistent at times here in the back end of the doubleheader tonight. So that's what the 4 teams are doing here tonight.
Andy, just touch on that game a little bit. Warsaw has struggled a little bit of late, and from what I understand, they're very injury-prone right now and problematic in that area. And so we're going to see a Warsaw club that may not have all their kids 100%, and I think that really plays in the hands of DeKalb first and foremost. But you got to remember one thing about this whole sectional. DeKalb's playing away. Warsaw's playing on the road. Columbia City's on the road. We could see an outstanding East Noble Athletic Ball Club get to tomorrow night and give DeKalb a heck of a run on their home floor.
You're really right. And, you talk about revenge. I mean, they absolutely got pounded by DeKalb twice earlier in the year. 79-26. And where's the other one here? Where's the other one? 75-39.
Yep.
Because they played them in a tournament. So, you're right. It could happen. But East Noble, they're getting revenge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously, Columbia City here tonight's the first issue, but
Let me get to the underwriters real quick, Andy. We got to touch on them. They're a big part of this sectional, and we want to say thank you to each one of them in particular. Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law, provide the legal services to individuals and businesses of Whitley County from their offices in downtown Columbia City. Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law. Don't forget about Star Financial Bank. They're part of this one, a full-service bank with 2 branches in Columbia City and branches throughout all of Northeast Indiana. That's Star Financial Bank for both consumer and business loans at 248-6000. And you can contact Smith & Sons Funeral Home for all your funeral arrangements. Log on to SmithAndSonsFuneralHome.com. For any other questions, call Smith & Sons at 244-7601 or stop by at 207 North Main in Columbia City. And one more on the list tonight, Pizza Hut for dine-in or carry-out at US 30 and State Road 9. Large pizza, a pull-apart outer crust made up of 28 cheese-filled bites and lightly seasoned with the flavor of garlic butter. That's tough to say.
Yes, it is.
You can call them at 248-2566. That's the Columbia City Pizza Hut at 248-2566. Looks like we're all ready for starters here, Andy.
Yes, it does. Let's figure out whether we're going with the national anthem first here or not. And the pit is kind of sparse right now, not an overly large crowd in here. So looks like we're going to go with the starters for right now. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, which will be the East Noble Lady Knights. They will start them off this way. The guard, number 12, Jenna Rumsizzle, a 5'7" freshman. She'll run the point for Coach Ross. And the other guard listed as number 20, Kristen Shayday, a 6-foot sophomore guard. The front line, Kristen Stewart, 5'7" and a senior. She is a forward. She wears 32. The other forward, 52, Chelsea Shayday, 6 foot and a junior. And the center, number 50, Andrea Gordon, 6'2" and a junior at center. So once again for the East Noble Lady Knights, it is Rumsizzle, Shayday, Stewart, Gordon, Shayday. The head coach, Andy Ross, in his 9th year here at East Noble, 89 and 101 in those 9 years here at East Noble. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, the Columbia City Lady Eagles. We see that Alyssa Ruckman's going to get the start. Number 32, 6'1" and a junior. She'll be the forward. And also Angie Roy, 5'8" and a senior. She wears number 24 at the forward position. The center is 30, Ashley Rhodes, 6 foot and a senior. And in the backcourt, number 14, Sherry Hoppy, 5'5", senior guard. And she'll be joined there by Amanda Hicks, number 34, 5'6", and a junior at guard. So once again for the Lady Eagles, who come in at 14 and 6 on the campaign, it's Hoppy, Hicks, Roy, Rhodes, and Ruckman across the front line. The veteran coach Wayne Krieger in season number 30 at Columbia City, assisted by Rob Bell, Roger Farrell, and Amy Shearer. And Coach Krieger at 482 victories in the 30 years at Columbia City against 166 losses. Maybe we must say the Hall of Fame coach. We've said that before, but the soon-to-be inducted Hall of Fame coach Wayne Krieger. And we won't be too far from action here for you, folks. Columbia City's going to wear the gold jerseys tonight, the white numerals, the maroon trim. And East Noble, the traveling road, predominantly blue jerseys, the yellow numerals, the white trim of the Lady Knights.
Who's home on the scoreboard here tonight, Andy?
We are home on the scoreboard.
Okay.
They're the visitors on the scoreboard on their home floor. Of course, that determined by the draw. Of course, Coach Andy Ross, a Columbia City graduate. And we'll have our national anthem as those teams line up at midcourt. All right, our national anthem here tonight at the Big Blue Pit in Kendallville. Columbia City East Noble set to do battle in Class 4A Sectional 5. And somewhere along the line, they list the numbers of the officials, but do you see the officials on this program?
No, but I knew them a couple weeks ago. I knew who they were.
Steve Godfrey's the alternate,
yeah,
I can tell you that.
He's the alternate. I saw his name.
As far as the guys on the floor, it does not list in the program. Usually in the tournament, they have them on the program. So, anyhow, first game, we're setting ready to go.
We're kind of first tie above here.
Yes, we are.
It reminds me a little bit of a Leo type situation.
Yep. We're offset. We're behind the...
right on the baseline.
Now they're reading the rules and regulations and the creed and all that stuff. So we're setting ready to go. Andrea Gordon, 6'2", to jump center against 6-foot Ashley Rhodes. Survive and advance, the name of the game. The winner go home. Here we go. Lady Eagles, 14-6 against the 9-11 East Noble Lady Knights. The whistle, the ball in the air, tap controlled by Columbia City. The Rhodes got it for Hoppy.
Lady Eagles can't play 10 of the 9, Andy. Look to take those open jumpers.
Into the left wing corner now. And up top, Hicks. Hicks around the left side. She comes now to Roy. Roy looks inside instead in the corner. It's Hoppy. Up the wing to Roy. Now Hicks around the right side. The ball is kicked. Will reset as Stewart, I believe, got a foot on that. Yes. They list Stewart as a forward on here, but she's playing guard.
Now the East Noble with a 2-3 zone to start this one here, Andy, so it's going to have to come from the Lady Eagles outside to get it going.
Cross court, they've got Roy deep left corner. She can't get the shot off. Hicks, cross court right side. Back left side to go to Roy. Roy pump fakes, tries the baseline, ran out of room there. She dribbled it off her foot. No, they say, ooh, off of East Noble.
Poked away by an East Noble defender, met her at the baseline. She drove in a little bit. Had Ruckman on the post that trip, but went cross floor to Roy.
You had a better look at that one than I did. Okay, into Rhodes. Rhodes puts it up off the glass. That hit sets up on the top of the standard, and that ball gets stuck on the ball on top of the basketball goal, if you can believe that.
Well, it was tipped. It was a great entry pass.
Yeah.
Rhodes had a good spot to put it up off the glass, and she couldn't hit it, and the ball stuck up high, and they're trying to get it down.
Missed the first time. He missed the second, and the crowd getting their jollies out of this. And the third time is not a charm. The ball is still stuck above the, oh, for heaven's sakes, they're going to leave that up there, are they?
And they're going to get...
Oh, Rebecca Freeman, the athletic director, gets it down, and it goes in, no doubt.
I'll count it, right?
Yeah.
You have Rhodes 2 on it, right?
I don't think we'll count that. The East Noble AD gets the ball down, so I thought they'd have to get a ladder out. Anyway, after all that, no score. They get it into Rhodes, jumper in the paint, scores! Columbia City on the board.
Big play, and they got Rhodes again easily into the bucket.
Wide open. Coach Ross can't be happy with that. 2-0 Lady Eagles. Rumshizzle, left corner now. Stewart on the drive, down low to Shea Day, stolen by Hicks. Double team. Hicks gets it out to Hoppy, and what do we have? Traveling on Hicks.
Coach Krager's going to ask for an explanation.
Oh,
she kept her pivot foot, sandwiched herself in between two defenders. Got the ball away. I didn't see the travel, but
wow.
Oh well. Turnover, Lady Eagles.
Wayne Krieger up off the bench letting the official have it, but East Noble's ball. They leave a man loose on the back door. Stewart puts it up. No, missed a bunny. Rebound Ruckman. And here come the Lady Eagles. Lead pass ahead to Roy. Roy up top now for Hoppy High to the left side. 2-0 Lady Eagles, a minute 10 gone in this one.
Boy, look, Rhodes plays sleeper there on that baseline underneath the 2-3 zone all by herself.
Hoppy at the center circle for Columbia City. Drives it left side. Roy on the move into the paint. The Ruckman lost the handle, stolen by East Noble. Stewart on the steal. Here comes the freshman, Rumsizzle, across the timeline for East Noble. Wide on the right side now for Kristen Shea Day. Now it's Chelsea Shea Day, 15-footer. It goes in, rolls in, 2-2.
No defender, hit it right from the elbow.
He was wide open. 6:20 to go in our first quarter here at the pit. Columbia City back. Wide on the left side, Hicks from the arc. Hicks up to Hoppy. Hoppy tries to penetrate, gets around her man, cut off, gives it to Hicks. Down low to Ruckman. Ruckman pump fakes up off the glass, missed it. She may have had it partially deflected. We go the other way. Kristen Shea Day clears. Here comes Rumsizzle across the timeline.
Lady Eagles almost too methodical, that offensive set.
Yeah, they're almost tentative and stagnant, really. Now here's Kristen Shea Day on the left side. Looses in the corner. Rumsizzle on the driver. No, that's Stewart. Puts it up, rims out. Stewart missed. Ruckman clears, and here comes Hicks driving it to the timeline for Columbia City. We're all even at 2. 5.5 minutes for the first.
Lady Eagles looking at that zone, waiting to see if Hoppy will penetrate here, Andy.
Roy up top, interior feed Hicks. Hicks in the lane, sends it down to Ruckman in traffic. Ruckman spins, puts it up. No. Contact, no call. And they're saying off Ruckman.
Oh, they got it wrong twice. She was fouled and the ball went out of bounds against East Noble, and they give it right back to them. Turnover, Columbia City, their third.
Wayne Krieger up off the bench again, not happy with that call. So here we go. Here's Rumchisel back for East Noble on the drive. Hicks cut her off at the pass. Now up top, Kristen Shade down to Chelsea. Shade turnaround, scores on the block.
Well, Ruckman's got her work cut out for her. Chelsea, a pretty tough player down there on the block.
East Noble, their first lead of the night. 4-2 as Chelsea Shade converted there. Roy tries the baseline. Ran out of real estate. Up top, Hoppy. And Hicks at the elbow. She loads it up from 15. Banks it in. The bank is open.
Late on a Friday night.
The bank is open. 4 apiece. 4:50 now to go in the first as it's Rumchisel across the timeline and a backcourt foul on Hicks.
Not a bad foul. Hicks trying to pick her pocket clean. She would have had a breakaway going the other way, but reach in. She'll pick up her first team foul, number 1 as well.
So 4:47 to go in the first quarter here at the pit in Kendallville. All even at 4. Gordon dumped it in now to Rumchisel. Across the timeline, penetrates the right elbow. Now over to Gordon. Down low to Chelsea Shade, and she traveled. Wiped the shot out, a traveling violation on Shade.
Just East Noble's first turnover. Lady Eagles can convert on it, Andy.
All right. Here comes Hoppy. She jogs to the midcourt stripe for the Eagles. 4.5 to go in the first. We're all even at 4. Ruckman in the paint. Turnaround. Partially deflected. No good. Ruckman gets the loose ball. Up to Hicks. Left corner. Roy loads it up for a long 3. Rims in and out. No good. Ruckman to rebound, but lost it out of bounds. No, they're going to stay off of East Noble.
Ruckman grabbed it in her hands, and I think someone knocked it free. Otherwise, she had a wide open backside layup.
So why they've got 4-3 on the scoreboard. Anyway, Roy puts it up from 17, scores on the left side.
Roy is dangerous when she gets going. That's the kind of start we need her to get off of to, Andy.
So it's 7-4 now. Now they got that score correct. They've got to remember, we're Knights on the scoreboard where it says Knights.
Well, we only have 6. Oh. Did they give her 3 on that?
Yeah, we got 3 from Roy, and there's Hicks picking up her second foul. This is not good for Columbia City.
No, and that's where we're short at, Andy. There's a guard spot right now in terms of bench play because Stephanie Gay, she's out injured, and we got a couple kids down there that can get in there, but Gay obviously injured, and the Lady Eagles now lead 6-4, as the scoreboard says.
So now they've got that all rectified. We're up 6-4 with 4:05 to go. That's Hicks' second foul. Team second. Now they get it in. Now here's Kristen Shade. Lost the handle out in the corner. Still has it. Big trouble. Hoppy's all over her. And almost a 5-second call. They get it up now to Andrea Gordon.
Good pressure, good man-to-man defense here by the Lady Eagles.
Rumchisel on the drive to the left elbow now for Gordon. Gordon being hounded by Rhodes, now down on the baseline making the move. And Shade put it up. No, put back. No by Rumchisel, but a Columbia City foul.
Weak side rebound. Nobody home for the Lady Eagles that time, and Rose just got her hand up there and committed her first personal, second on the Lady Eagles. 2 shots coming for the East Noble Lady Knights.
So Jenna Rumchisel, a freshman, to the free throw line for East Noble with 2 shots as that foul went against, as the free throw's good, rolls in.
A friendly rim right there.
As the foul went against, who got our foul? Rhodes.
That was Rhodes, her first, team 3.
East Noble yet to commit a foul. Rumchisel goes for the tie. Fires the free throw. Rolls in again. We're all even at 6.
This one going pretty much the way we thought it might, Andy.
Yep. Here come the Lady Eagles. Hoppy across the timeline. 3:35 to go in the first. They have Ruckman down low in the paint. Kicks it out to Roy. Dangerous pass, but Roy has it back in the paint. Now to Rhodes. Now out to Hoppy on the drive. Knocked away from behind. And we have an East Noble foul. They're calling her pretty
Andy,
tight.
I'll tell you what. That offensive set for the Lady Eagles might have been the best ball movement they had in 3 months. Because
you're right.
It went 4 passes in 3 seconds. That was quick and lickety-split, and that's what it's going to take to win this ball game tonight.
Your observation is well made. That was good ball movement. Hoppy gets it all the way into Hicks on the common foul. She loads up an 18-footer, scores at the top of the key.
That's why Hicks has got to stay out of foul trouble, Andy. She's got 4 in the game here already.
8-6 Lady Eagles. And across the timeline, Rumchisel. Rumchisel watched closely by Hoppy. Hoppy knocks it away. Rumchisel almost lost it out of bounds. No, Columbia City will steal. Clean break. Roy all the way in, uncontested layup, score. 10-6.
Now, Roy, the right place at the right time that trip.
They put it up for East Noble again. They forget they're the visitors on the scoreboard. 10-6 our score. Just under 3 to go in the first. Here's Chelsea Shady on the drive. Dumps the pass down low, knocked away by Columbia City, but Rum Sizzle saves it.
Eagles being aggressive, but you don't want to see him pick up a lot of fouls here early in the first quarter.
Gordon shoots a free throw line jumper off the mark, a brick. In fact, Ruckman tracks down a loose ball, knocked away by East Noble. They steal it in the corner. Stewart out of that right corner, throws it up top now to Gordon. Gordon on the drive, lost the handle, gets it back to Rum Sizzle. Beyond the arc with 2.5 to go. The left corner, it's Kristen Stewart. Up top now, it's Gordon. Gordon lobs it down low to Chelsea Shady. Turn around in the paint, off the mark, air ball. Roy knocked it out. So East Noble's ball. 20 to go.
Good defense by the Lady Eagles. Just no easy rebounds right now. That time it was Roy who had to get her hand in there and just couldn't corral it.
First sub of the night, Kaylin Fisher into the East Noble lineup, 5'6" junior guard. And Stewart will sit down. And East Noble gets it in the corner now on the drive. Kristen Shade lost the handle. And off of East Noble, Columbia City's ball.
Well, nowhere to go that time, and easy turnover, unforced really, and the Lady Eagles will look to convert again here on the turnover.
So 2:15 to go down the first, 10-6 Columbia City.
See that ball movement again like we saw last time. That'd be nice.
Left wing now for Hicks, into the corner deep Roy. Roy up to Hicks. Roy deep in the left corner, out of the corner.
She's going to bomb one of them away, Andy, here in a second, right from the corner, mark my word.
All right, Hoppy down into the right corner now. They throw it in, kicked away by Shea, one of the Shea anyway. So a reset underneath the Columbia City basket.
So many times the Lady Eagles have played too tough of games for Roy not to take a shot that she might normally take, given a good, decent lead.
And they lob it in to Angie Roy. Minute 50 to go first quarter. Hoppy takes over high on the left side. Way up top. Hoppy is the Lady Eagles, very patient. Hoppy, top of the key, off left side for Roy. Roy back up top, Hoppy, interior feet into the paint, Ruckman to the bucket, lost the handle. Rhodes lost the handle now, and now it's stolen by East Noble.
Well, instead of going up with it, Ruckman was looking for the assist down there with Rhodes.
There's too much traffic in there for that pass. Now it's Kristen Shea down low to Gordon. They lost the handle, stolen by Columbia City. They're going to run. Hicks across the timeline. She's going to slow it up. And needs help. Now she finally gets it off the Rhodes on the left wing. Rhodes tries the baseline, fell down, and an East Noble pushing foul. No further play.
That'll be on Chelsea Shade, too. And good little bump. First quarter foul for Shade. That's her second. No, that's just her. Yeah, that is her second. And that's East Noble's second as well.
See the first sub of the game, Nicole Ott coming in for Alyssa Ruckman for Columbia City.
Lady Eagles, Andy, shooting, 5 of 7 from the field right now.
Kristen Stewart back in for East Noble for Chelsea Shade, who sits with 2 fouls. Hoppy all the way up top to Angie Roy. Roy into the left corner. There's Hicks alone for a long two. A little long. Rebound out of there to Fisher.
Our angle looked good, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And across the timeline, Rum Sizzle will take it for East Noble. Off now to Fisher. Fisher left side, throws it down low. Gordon, baseline jumper. That's an air ball.
Boy, Rhodes is just playing real nice defense right now.
Under a minute to go. 50 seconds, in fact. First quarter. Across the timeline, Roy on the left wing.
See if Krieger burns the minute here, Andy.
He might. Down on the right baseline, Rhodes. Up top now, Hoppy. She penetrates, puts up a jumper in the lane, scores!
And again, that's something we needed from Hoppy. We talked about it coming in. A little penetration and just a few points.
12-6, 30 seconds to go in the first. Columbia City Lady Eagles in the lead. Rum Sizzle against Hoppy, and Hoppy's finally going to get a hand check.
Yeah, and it's a good call. She was in her gut and in there for quite some time. You might want to let it go the first and maybe the second, but not the third.
They're calling her pretty close.
They are.
Only 6 fouls.
Hoppy picks up her first, team foul number 4 on the Lady Eagles here with 28-6 left in quarter number 1.
Ball out of bounds. Andrea Gordon to trigger it up top, almost stolen by Hoppy as Rum Sizzle corralled it. Rum Sizzle at the left elbow. Spins top of the key. Elbows Hoppy on the play. Now on the drive, it's Stewart. She can't get the job done. Now up top, it's Gordon. And a 3 on the way by Kristen Shade. Well off the mark. Loose ball. East Noble got it. And they lose the handle, and now we got a Columbia City foul underneath.
It was a loose ball, and Roy's frustrated because she went for it. Picked up the foul, I believe. And, boy, just a loose ball and 2 kids going after it.
That's the last thing Columbia City can ill afford tonight is a bunch of foul trouble.
Yeah, and Roy picks up her first. Thank goodness there's only a couple kids with a foul piece, or maybe 2 at the most. So
ball out of bounds, the Lady Knights. 9 seconds to go in the quarter. They lob it all the way up top to Fisher. Fisher, high right, almost stolen by Hicks. Fisher, right corner now, it's Stewart. Stewart tries to drive on the baseline. 3 seconds, they get it in. Adria Gordon blocked by Ott at the buzzer. On the shot.
Came in key there at the end. Krieger put her in for height and hopefully a rebound, but she comes out of there with a block, and the Lady Knight offensive set goes to pot there, Andy. 12-6 Columbia City.
12-6 indeed at the end of the first quarter. We're underwriters tonight, Myers, Tyson, Hockmar, McNagny, attorneys at law providing legal services to individuals and businesses of Whitley County. From their offices in downtown Columbia City, that's Myers, Tyson, Hockmar, McNagny, attorneys at law. The Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with 2 branches in Columbia City and branches throughout northeast Indiana. Star Financial Bank for both consumer and business loans at 248-6000. So a great start for the Lady Eagles compared to what they did at Huntington a week ago Thursday. Getting blown out down there, this is a good start here.
Andy, it's a good start for a couple of reasons. First of all, it gives the Lady Eagles a comfort zone. Yeah, we're on East Noble's floor, but we're playing the game right now, and we're controlling it up by 6, and it frees yourself up to do some things differently offensively, too. I already mentioned this is going to let Roy take a shot that she wouldn't normally take in a close ball game. I mean, granted, 6 points is close, but the Lady Eagles have been knotted up with teams for a long, long time, and so that frees up things offensively for them also.
Here we go, second quarter to get underway here at the pit. Class 4A Sectional 5, East Noble with possession, Rum Sizzle. Across the timeline, Hoppy all on her into the left corner. And Rum Sizzle runs out of room to Gordon up top of the elbow. Now it's Kristen Shayday on the drive. Kicks it back out 3 on the way by Rum Sizzle. Off the mark. Rebound Hicks. Hicks in traffic. Gets it out of harm's way. Comes to the timeline. They're going to push it. And off for a road stolen by East Noble Shayday. Boy, that was forced the issue there. They didn't need to. Well, here comes Rum Sizzle back. Across the timeline for East Noble. Now it's Kristen Shayday into the corner. Gordon up top. Now it's Fisher on the right elbow. She fumbled it momentarily, gets it off to Kristen Shayday on the drive. Tripped on the play, a Columbia City foul.
Oh, no. They're going to get out for a foul, and I don't know. Coach Krieger begging for a travel down there. He might be right.
Well, this is getting Columbia City more foul trouble. Let's see foul 6.
One of those things where, and they're going to give her a shot attempt on that?
Well, they're giving it to Rhodes to boot. They didn't give it to Ott, so Rhodes picks up her second.
Whoa, and Coach Krieger is begging for an explanation down there. One of those things that just because it looks like a foul and smells like a foul, it doesn't mean it's a foul, folks.
Kristen Shayday for 2 shots, as they said in the act of shooting it, sent it out, no good.
Did they give that to Rhodes?
Yes, they did. But Hicks comes out of the lineup. Ruckman's in for Hicks.
I thought it would be on Ott.
Well, that's what I thought.
Huh.
Anyway, Kristen Shayday tries it again, missed the first. This one is good, 12-7. Columbia City's lead trimmed to 5 with 7:15 to go in the second quarter. Hoppy across the timeline for Columbia City. Off on the high left side on the wing is Ruckman. Up top, Hoppy. Now on the right side, Roy loads it up for 3. This time it's a brick. Rebound out of there to Chelsea Shayday.
What we talked about, though. Let's Roy explore a little bit of freedom there offensively.
Rum Sizzle across the timeline. Left corner now, Fisher on the drive. Running layup. No! Ott the loose ball. And fouled on the clear out by East Noble Fisher. So a break for the Lady Eagles there.
Yeah, Ott heavily involved here in the first half. That time she got looked to be a partial deflection and then the rebound, and then was a foul coming down with it. That foul on number 10, Fisher, Andy, you mentioned it, her first. Team foul number 3 on the Lady Knights.
All right, here comes Hoppy to the timeline for the Lady Eagles. 6:40 to go in the second. They lead it by 5, 12-7. Ruckman holds high right. Into the corner, Roy. Up the wing right side, Ruckman. And back to Hoppy, top of the key.
Now, they got Ott down there posting up offensively, and Ruckman's outside the arc here. This ought to be interesting.
Roy out of the right corner, around right, hands it off to Ruckman. Ruckman pump fakes the shot, now Hoppy up top. Lady Eagles very patient here. Hoppy sends it over to Ruckman on the drive, into the blocks, fires, a little strong, bounding, no. Loose ball to East Noble, Kristen Shayday. He clears to Rum Sizzle. Rum Sizzle across the timeline, top of the key, high left side for Chelsea Shayday. Lost the handle, stolen by Roy. She's got one man to beat, breakaway layup, she puts it up, scores!
Well, again, right place, right time for Roy. She found herself with the ball in her hand and 30 yards of traffic, or of no traffic ahead.
Timeout East Noble, 5:49 to go in the second. The Lady Eagles lead at 14-7. As Coach Ross has seen enough for now, he's calling for time.
Well,
timeout.
Run through the underwriters real quick. They include Pizza Hut, Smith & Son Funeral Home, Star Financial Bank, and Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law. So this one a 14-7 game. It's not football. It's the Lady Eagles sectional time here at East Noble tonight as the Lady Eagles own a 7-point lead. We're midway through the second quarter, and Andy, it feels good, Andy. The Lady Eagles are doing something we haven't seen for a while.
Yes, they are. Just the offensive output here.
Yeah.
We can't overstate that enough.
Well, you know, the stat that jumped out at me, when was the last time Roy had 6 points with 5:49 left to go in the second quarter?
It has been a while.
Yeah.
Maybe in the New Haven game.
Yeah, she had a 21-point night there, but still.
Before that, you're going back a long way. And just to get off to this kind of start, I mean, you look back at the Huntington game, and we had a couple of sleepy quarters there.
Right.
Where we get 5 points and 6 points. That's not going to cut it.
No. Especially tournament time. You're right.
And that's the operative thing, obviously. We focus on defense on the Lady Eagles, but we all know it takes the points to win this, too.
Well, 16 fouls up there. That's going to be key here for the rest of the second quarter. You don't want to put the Lady Knights at the free throw line and give them a chance to get right back in it.
No.
And the easy way.
All right, East Noble out of the timeout. It's Rum Sizzle across the timeline, left side high. They tried to take Hoppy out of screen. That didn't work. Now Hoppy's got Rum Sizzle all tied up. They almost throw it away. Gordon up top. Wide on the right side is Fisher. Fisher tries the right baseline, cut off by Hicks. Down low they have Shayday. She got away with the travel. They throw it up now to Rum Sizzle. Lady Eagles playing stifling defense right now. Rum Sizzle, high left. They throw it down low. Gordon across. And to the bucket. Rum Sizzle. No shot. She traveled.
Yep.
That's huge.
And the official, again, 30 feet away, caught it. The guy underneath the bucket didn't say a word.
Coach Ross is hot.
Yeah, he might have a case there, Andy. This is a three-man system we see, and this is three-man. This is two, isn't it, right?
Yeah, Godfrey's the alternate, but there's only two on the floor.
They get to sectional championship, then it's three-man,
I
isn't
think
it?
it is, yes. Hoppy across the timeline with 5:10 to go in the second. Columbia City by 7. Deep left corner. Roy up to Hoppy. Now Hicks around right side into the paint. Now Ruckman. Ruckman all tied up. Jump ball. And that's possession Columbia City. Boy, you can't put that ball down there below.
Well, the thing that was tough about it is Hicks got the ball in a good shooting spot, and she put it into a triple team to Ruckman, where Hicks could have easily shot the 17-footer.
Yep. The ball out of bounds, the alternating possession. Hoppy to Hicks, deep left corner. Hicks hands off for Hoppy. She'll drift up top. She's bothered closely by Rum Sizzle. Back to the center circle is Hoppy. High on the left side, Hicks drives into the paint, throws it into traffic again. It's kicked.
Well, again, Hicks not looking for her shot there. She went to the lane, and everybody knew she was going to pass it where she just pulled up. She had an 8-foot jump shot.
Coaching staff looks a little puzzled as to what's going on down there.
Well, they're letting Hicks play pretty freely right here, Andy.
And there's Roy all alone on the right side. 3, just short. Loose ball comes to Rum Sizzle.
Sorry, I like Roy taking that shot rather than not taking it.
Yeah, we don't need her to get penitent. That's the last thing we need. Now Gordon over on the right side high. And no further play, something away from the ball. Did they get Roy or Hoppy?
I'm not sure, but either way.
And this has Wayne Krieger up off the bench again. This is a bonus coming up.
It's on Hoppy. And Hoppy wasn't even part of the play, was she?
Well, I don't know. She must have been in the same area.
Unless they caught her, maybe trailing the screen, but that's what was going on at the top of the key. Either way, it's Hoppy's second. So, Coach Krieger a little miss down there, Andy.
Kristen Shayday to the free throw line, fires and scores 14-8.
This is what we talked about. This is not the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, this is just what you touched on.
You don't want them to get back in it.
So Kristen Shayday, the 6-foot sophomore, will try it again. And she converts. 2 of 2, 14-9.
Easy points the easy way.
Ashley Rhodes checks in for Nicole Ott. Into the Columbia City lineup.
Well, Ott gave her good minutes.
Oh, yeah. 4:40 to go in the second. Lady Eagles by 5 as Hoppy comes to the timeline.
And now it's a high 2-3 zone, Andy, as they extend the guards up a little bit.
Ruckman in the paint on the drive. No further play, and East Noble foul.
Ruckman just put it to the floor that time. She went right to the glass, got fouled on the way there. Lady Eagles have it underneath their own basket. Just a 4th team foul. Foul's going to be on number 15. That's Gordon.
Ball out of bounds to the Lady Eagles. This is only team foul 4. They lob it all the way up top to Angie Roy. Left side high. Into the corner for Rhodes. Cross court right side. Roy on the drive. Pulls up in the block. Just off the mark. Rebound out of there to Shayday. Kristen Shayday, that is. She'll come to the timeline. The sophomore for East Noble. Wide on the right side to Gordon. Gordon up top now for Stewart. Down low into the paint, Shayday. Chelsea Shea. Now Kristen Shea along 3. That's a brick. Rebound batted around. Off up Columbia City. It comes to Stewart. And she lost the handle.
She able to right off her foot.
No, they're going to give it.
I thought she put it right off her foot.
Wayne Krieger's not very happy. He was traveling, but it's East Noble's ball. Wow. Well, 3:59 to go, second quarter. Lady Eagles by 9. East Noble's ball deep in the corner. And who is that down there? Rumsizzle to throw it in. Now it's Kristen Shea on the drive. Up top to Gordon. They pitch it down low to Chelsea Shea. Turn around in the lane off the mark. And a loose ball rebound and foul on East Noble.
And there's something that most two guards will not give you in the state of Indiana. That's Roy going to the bucket, blocking out well, and getting it over the back call on East Noble. Nice effort by Roy. Team foul number 5 in the second on Gordon.
All right, East Noble in a little foul trouble here. 3:45 now to go. Ruckman at the free throw line, off to Hicks on the left wing. Fires, 15-footer. She drains it. Nothing but net.
Hicks has 6 in the game, Andy.
16-9 Lady Eagles. And here comes Rumsizzle across the timeline. High left side now for Kristen Shea. Off into the corner, Stewart. Stewart on the drive on the baseline, and jumper up short. Rebound on the weak side. Shea, the putback.
Weak side rebound. That's where the Lady Eagles are struggling right now. Is that Kristen, or who was that? Is that Chelsea?
Kristen Shea, of 20. Now into the paint. Ruckman fires from 14. Scores!
Ruckman's first bucket.
Get Ruckman off on the good right foot tonight.
Well, she had all kinds of room right there in the lane. Good-looking shot, too.
And there's Rumsizzle back across the timeline to Kristen Shea. And what do we have here? Traveling.
Well, turnover East Noble. Give them their 7th in the game, and the Lady Eagles will look to convert. And maybe build that lead up to 8 or 9 here, Andy.
18-11. Here come the Lady Eagles across the timeline with 2:55 to go in the half. They get it down to Ruckman in the paint. Ruckman lost the handle. And she gets it back, kicks it out to Hoppy. Left side, 16-footer by Hicks. She scores!
Oh, boy, a thunderstorm might start as high as she shot that one.
Timeout East Noble.
She shot at 15-foot distance, but about a 25-foot height.
That had some height on it. That almost hit that little wire on the standard there.
Andy, without Amanda Hicks, we are in trouble tonight. She's got 8.
So 20-11, 30-second timeout for Coach Ross and the Lady Knights.
Tonight's game underwritten by Myers Tyson, Hockemeyer McNagny, attorneys at law. They provide the legal services to individuals and businesses of Whitley County. From their offices in downtown Columbia City, that's Myers Tyson, Hockemeyer McNagny, attorneys at law. Also, Star Bank, a full-service bank with 2 branches in Columbia City and branches throughout all of Northeast Indiana. That's Star Bank for both consumer and business loans at 248-6000. Well, 9-point lead here for the Lady Eagles, and that seems like a 50-point lead in most basketball games for most basketball teams. It's been a dry offensive second half of the season for the Lady Eagles, to say the least. Tonight, 20 points on the board in quarter number 2 with 2:42 to go.
That is good to see. You're correct, Tom. There comes East Noble out of their second time out of the night. Rumsizzle across the timeline. Hoppy all over her. High to the left side. Rumsizzle bumped by Hoppy. No call. And they throw it away. No. Oh, Wayne Krieger is absolutely livid.
I think the official's going to say it was tipped. And
whoa, Wayne Krieger is really hot now.
Andy, there's nobody in this gym that believes that ball was tipped, and that's coming.
And the natives get restless.
East Noble fans even know that one.
Oh, my, somebody's pounding on the bleachers down there. The natives are hot on that one. Rumsizzle off to the left side. East Noble another opportunity. Rumsizzle on the drive. Blocked by Rhodes, but there's Ashley's third foul. Boy, Ashley, I'd like to see us stay away from that foul, but...
Well, Ashley was looking to put it in the second row in terms of the block. Her third, team foul number 8, and the Lady Eagles will put the Lady Knights at the line.
So it will be Rumsizzle at the free throw line. Fires. Long back iron, no good.
Yeah.
Here comes Ott for Ashley Rose, who will sit with 3 fouls. Well, that's huge. Ashley's played well underneath.
It is, Andy, but we have Ott. And Ott's a solid player that gave her good minutes in the first quarter, and she'll do okay.
Rumsizzle hits 1 of 2. She scores that one 20-12. 2:20 to go in the half. Here comes Hoppy to the midcourt stripe for Columbia City. Up top, high to the left side, Roy. Roy, cross court on the right side, Hicks. Hicks, now up top to Hoppy. She comes left side to Roy, and she went right through the wickets, turnover Lady Eagle.
A little high, and I think actually Roy might have been going to the bucket with it before she caught the pass. Turnover, Columbia City, their 6th.
Unforced turnover there by the Lady Eagles. Here comes Rumsizzle across the timeline. Chelsea Shea Day with 2 minutes to go in the half. On the back door, they have Stewart to the bucket. She puts it up, missed it. Missed a Buddy Ruckman, rips the rebound. Clears to Hicks across the timeline. Lady Eagles have numbers, but they're going to slow it up. There's a travel. No, an East Noble foul.
East Noble foul, the 16 foul on the Lady Knights, and too bad it wasn't number 7 because Hicks is a heck of a free throw shooter.
Stewart, I believe, gets it, doesn't she?
Yep, 32. Put it on the board. Kristen Stewart, her first. Next one, the Lady Eagles will be sitting at that line.
All right, ball out of bounds on the common foul. Hicks back to Hoppy. A minute 45 now to go in the half.
Well, you got to keep it an 8-point lead here, Andy. You don't want it to decrease from here.
Baseline corner, Ruckman. Up top, Hoppy. Hoppy left corner, Roy. Roy doesn't take the shot. Up top instead to Hoppy. Now Hicks in the left corner. Into Odd in the paint. Kicks it out to Hoppy. Hoppy pump fakes on the drive into the paint. Forces it up. Wild runner, no. Ruckman the loose ball. Saves it right to East Noble. And Gordon gives it off to Rumsizzle. So not a good set for the Lady Eagles there. Rumsizzle up top. High left side, Stewart. Now at the free throw line, extended J-Day traveled.
Another turnover for the Lady Knights, and they're just letting the Lady Eagles be in charge of this game, Andy. You make turnovers like that, find yourself down by 8, you consider yourself lucky.
May we see the first appearance of Kim Reflake tonight as she checks in for Alyssa Ruckman.
Well, I think Ruckman might need a breather, Andy.
He hit the deck hard down there trying to save that ball. But she's all right.
Look for the Lady Eagles to go a little bit more guard-oriented here and try to find Ott down in the post back door, but this is going to be the Hicks and Roy show right now, Andy.
20-12, Columbia City. Hoppy across the timeline. Left side, Roy. 1 minute to go in the half. Hoppy up top. Roy left side on the wing. Up top, Hoppy. Hoppy back to the center circle.
Kind of surprised they might just go to 4 corners here.
They might. Although Fisher's out there to pressure the ball. Hoppy stands at the center circle.
A little Marty ball here in Kendallville tonight.
Yes, sir. Cross court left side, Hicks with room. Up top now, Hoppy. 40 seconds. An 8-point lead for the Lady Eagles. Maybe they're going to milk it here. It looks so. And now Hoppy stands at the center circle. Makes a move as the count starts. Now over for Hicks. Hicks on the drive of the paint. Lost the handle. Off the loose ball. Throws it up to Roy. Roy on the drive into the paint. Baseline. Shot on the way. No, but an East Noble foul.
It looked like the Lady Eagles were set to drain the clock, and all of a sudden Roy goes to the bucket with 27 ticks left.
Well, I don't know. I think she saw wide open spaces there momentarily.
You don't want a kid like Roy to turn down shots, not when she has the output that she's capable of.
Exactly. So let's see. The East Noble foul.
That's on 12, Andy. Rumstyle. Is that how you say it?
Rumsizzle.
Rumsizzle, okay.
Russ Missile.
Roy missed it.
Roy missed it, so she has another one. With 26 seconds to go in the half. Still 20-12.
Roy, a 74% free throw shooter on the season.
And Roy fires again. This one's good. 21-12, Lady Eagles.
And a 50% shooter in tonight's game. 1 of 2 there.
All right, here we come. Rumsizzle across the timeline. Off for Fisher. Fisher left corner, almost lost it. Hicks got a hand on it. But they want double dribble. They're not going to get it. Now they got him for traveling again. Wayne Krieger is just letting the official have it. I mean, they got the travel, but they missed that.
Well, East Noble looks stumped offensively, and I really don't know why. They're looking backdoor a lot more than I've normally seen them play in the last couple of years, and especially this year.
That's kind of a strange game plan, considering what we know about them. Hoppy up top, 8 seconds. Left side for Hicks. Down low in the paint, Reflake spins, kicks it out. Roy's going to have to shoot with 2. Roy fires from 17, just short at the buzzer. But we go to halftime with the Lady Eagles up 21-12 as they make the long journey and down out the gym and down the hallways. When we came in, we saw the Lady Eagles got the long locker room. We're down by the auxiliary gym. So anyway, we're at halftime here at the Pit in Kendallville, 21-12. The Lady Eagles lead the East Noble Lady Knights here on their home floor. So a good start for the Lady Eagles. Glad you're with us tonight on WJHS. Dirk Walker back in the studio. And our underwriters tonight, Myers, Tyson, Hockenmeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law, providing legal services to individuals and businesses of Whitley County from offices in downtown Columbia City. That's Myers, Tyson, Hockenmeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law. The Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with 2 branches in Columbia City and branches throughout Northeast Indiana. Star Financial Bank for both consumer and business loans at 248-6000. Contact Smith & Sons Funeral Home for all your funeral arrangements. Log on to www.smithandsonsfuneralhome.com for any other questions Call Smith & Sons at 244-7601 or stop by at 207 North Main in Columbia City. Smith & Sons. Pizza Hut for dine-in or carry out at US 30 State Road 9 in Columbia City. Large pizza with pull-apart outer crust made up of 28 cheese-filled bites and lightly seasoned with the flavor of garlic butter. You can call them at 248-2566. That's Columbia City Pizza Hut, 248-2566. So those are underwriters. Thanks to them. We're at halftime here at the pit in Kendallville. 21-12. It favors the Columbia City Lady Eagles over the East Noble Lady Knights. And I think you've got statistics, Tom Rissler.
Well, we'll call them stats, but I don't know how accurate they are. How's that?
We're up here in the crow's nest. Hard to see.
Lady Knights of East Noble look like this on paper. It's Kaylin Fisher, 0 of 1 from the field, no points thus far. Jenna Rumsile. How do you say that? Say that again.
I think I'm butchering. I'm saying Russmissel.
Well, I'm saying
wait a minute.
Russmissel. You're right.
I think I'm calling her Rumsmissel.
Okay.
But anyway,
Jenna
you get the idea.
Russmissel. 0 of 4 from the field and 3 points in the game. They all came from the free throw line versus 3 of 4. Kristen Shade, 1 of 2 from the field. She has 4 in the game, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Kristen Stewart, 0 of 2 in this one, no points thus far. Chelsea Shade, 2 of 4 from the field, 5 points, 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Lady Knights turned the ball over 9 times in the first half. The Lady Eagles shape up like this. Sherry Hoppe is 1 of 2. She's got 2 in the game. Angie Roy, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the stripe. Give her 7 in the contest. Ashley Rhodes sitting with foul trouble, 1 of 1 from the floor, 2 in the game. Ruckman just 1 of 4 from the floor. 2 points for Ruckman, but big 5 rebound first half for Alyssa, and she's off to a good start for the Lady Eagles. As Amanda Hicks, Andy, the lead scorer in this game right now for both teams. She came out not necessarily on fire, Andy, but she was red hot. 8 points in the first half. All of them were about 17-foot jump shots. 4 or 5 shooting for Amanda Hicks, and that's where we stand. Lady Eagles lead this one 21-12. Turnover-wise, Lady Eagles put 7 of them on the board in the first half, and that's where we stand, 21-12. Columbia City, this one's been an interesting one. We thought this coming in, we didn't know if the Lady Eagles necessarily had all the tools to hang in here tonight, Andy, and they've been battered and bruised, and East Noble on their home floor.
Right.
An athletic East Noble team, but the Lady Eagles have put together a pretty good first half.
Absolutely, and for as athletic as East Noble's been, boy, they sure have turned the ball over a lot on traveling, and I really don't understand. They must be a little nervous. I don't know, but it just seems like they've had a lot of unforced errors as well for as athletic as we built them up to be.
We kind of put the pressure on the Lady Eagles in saying that they needed to do it tonight offensively. 21 points isn't a whole lot of points offensively.
No.
But it's a nice combination when you leave the other team with 12 on the scoreboard at halftime, and that's nice to see. If you were to double the score and make it a complete game, 42-24, I think the Lady Eagles would take it.
Well, yeah, you're right, and obviously in this scenario, you take anything you get as far as if you're in a win column, you'll take it.
Yep.
But, survive and advance. So the Lady Eagles a long way to go, though. A lot of basketball left, and just looking at some miscellaneous stats here, and I don't know if we'll have Coach Bell tonight. We got that locker room assignment clear on the other side of the school building, so it'd be a long haul for Coach Bell. So we may not have him tonight, which is just fine, because they've got more important things to tend to. And I was looking at some of the streaks in girls high school basketball and looking at top 10 all-time sectional championships in girls basketball. Columbia City tied for 4th on that list with 17, with Crown Point and Huntington North. So just one I'd throw out there for you. And while we have a minute, we'll talk about some of the other games in the area tonight. Of course, the second ball game here, DeKalb and Warsaw. We touched on that a little bit, Tom. An inconsistent Warsaw team right now at 12-8. As here comes Coach Bells. I just waved him off against the 19-1 DeKalb Lady Barons. So that should be an interesting one here. You can catch that on other entities, but we will not have that game. But that's what's coming up the back end of the doubleheader tonight. Of course, the Survivors back here at the pit Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. for the championship. So we'll turn it over to Tom and Coach Bell.
Coach Bell all set to put the headsets on. There you are, Coach Bell. Welcome, I don't want to say courtside. I want to say maybe here in the upper deck of
cheap seats,
the cheap seats. We've been in worse places. Coach Bell, a nice first half. Offensively, defensively, the combination's a good combination right now.
Yeah.
Andy and I put the pressure on you guys tonight saying it needed a good offensive output. It's not necessarily taking that, it's just taking a good combination of both offense and defense.
Yeah, I mean, we've done some nice things in spurts. I mean, we have not, we've had a few defensive breakdowns, we've had a few mental mistakes rebounding. Offensively, we were caught in standing a little bit. So, we've shown good signs of our offense and our defense both, but just we've got to get a little more consistent. I think right now it's 21-12.
You'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, you're happy. I mean, you got to look at these things, but in reality, we've had quite a few open looks. We haven't knocked down. They've gotten 3 backside rebounds, and then they're getting all their points off of free throws. So, I mean, I guess you look at it and you say, maybe you want too much, but I mean, it very well could be 21 to single digits right now.
Right.
If we can do those little things, and so that's what we got to focus on. We got to come out, and we got to shut that backside rebounding down a little bit better, and then we got to attack the zone. I mean, we got to look to penetrate those gaps, get some fouls on them.
I knew that's where you were going with that, the weak side rebound, and the Lady Eagles, however, to offset that, are doing a nice job with East Noble's backdoor cuts.
Yeah.
They're not there as they have been in the past, and it's been different because the Lady Eagles are looking at this 2-3 zone tonight a little differently and not as tentative as we've seen in the past, and Hicks has finally taken the 17-footer like she knows she can hit.
Yeah, we worked a lot this week. One of the nice things coming into sectional week is you have such a long time to prepare by playing this Friday night game, and that's what we worked on a lot, was just getting her and Angie especially working on the shot, those little inside footer or 15-footers, and just getting confidence. I mean, that's what it was. And I think every shot you can make in that situation, you get a little bit more confidence, and she's done a real nice job stepping up, taking them, and then stepping up and hitting them. So, got to continue that in the second half. By no means is this a comfortable lead at all. Hopefully we can put it back together here at halftime and just take it to them and blow this thing open in the third quarter.
And Coach, we're going to let you go. I know it takes you a while to get down there, and you walk from Garrett to get up here. So
the older I get, the longer it takes.
Thanks for stopping by.
Guys.
I hope we see you tomorrow night, okay?
I do too. Thanks, guys.
Coach Bell coming up at halftime as he usually does. Words of wisdom.
All right, we did get Coach Bell. I had pretty much written him off since we were in the locker room way down the way. Well, anyway, he makes it up here, and we appreciate that.
I think he did that probably for about the first 4 or 5 games a few years ago, and I don't know what he thought coming in doing that, and all of a sudden he gets me one day, and you know how many people say something to me about coming up during halftime? And I said, yeah, and said, that's absolutely amazing. You have no idea how many people listen to your station. And I said, oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. The radio land is out there, and the Lady Eagle fans and Eagle fans are an institution.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Oh, boy, I can remember, and I don't want to go off on the spiel, but I can remember being a kid, Andy, and sitting in the family room listening to the 89 sectional over at Warsaw.
Oh, yeah.
Triple overtime and the whole kit and caboodle. And And I didn't even know anything back then about the station. I just knew that it was on.
Yeah, you just knew it was on, and that's what it's been all about for 20 years in Columbia City, and that's why they put it in after WFDT left.
That's right.
And that's how big it really is and what it is, and it was put in for basketball, basically. I mean,
basketball and then
volleyball they did at the time, football, and that's what his focal point was, because it got the exposure there.
Sure,
the main exposure.
You look at what went on the other night, and things have kind of come full circle a little bit, and the semi-state wrestling championship.
That's great that they got that on, and the wrestling program's knockdown, drag out, Coach Kirby and staff, and they're going to Center Grove again, Team State, moving to the South.
My first wrestling match ever the other night I sat through.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I tell you, you just sit there and it's just electric.
It was. It was.
So congratulations to the wrestlers. The clock runs out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, second half. Sectional class 4A sectional 5. East Noble with the basketball to trigger it at midcourt. Gordon gets it in as though it was kicked, but saved by Russ Missile. The Russ Missile.
High defense for the Lady Eagles, man-to-man.
On the drive, into the paint. Wild runner, no. Rebound off of East Noble. Columbia City's, no, it's not. Wow. I must have been the only one in the barn that saw it that way, unless you did.
I kind of did too, but I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, of course, we're way up here. We got to fine-tune our eyes here. And knocked away by Hicks on the inbounds. Nice defense. East Noble will reset again.
Well, Hicks trailing the play, just had just enough recovery time to get her hand on it.
So Russ Missile to throw it in for East Noble. Into the corner now for Kristen Shea, deep left side. As they work here in front of us, into the paint. Gordon can't get the shot off. Now since it's a Russ Missile on the run, she misses everything on a 15-footer. Rebound out of there to Hoppy. 21-12. Here comes Columbia City across the top line. 30 seconds gone here in the third. Into the paint now, Ruckman. Ruckman moves it. Into the corner, Rose on the baseline drive, puts it up from 10. An air ball missed everything. Cleared by Chelsea Shea. Russ Missile across the timeline. For East Noble. Into the corner over there, Stewart. Stewart lobs it down low to Gordon. Stewart up against Rose, puts it up. Basket counts on the foul, and they call Rose on the back door foul. And she didn't do much, but she can't take that risk. I think you got to let her go there.
Playing with 3 fouls. The officials are watching her a little bit more. She picks up her 4th there, and Rhodes picks it up here early in the third, and that means that Nicole Ott will come in, Andy.
So off for Rose. It's Ashley Rose goes to the bench with 4 fouls, as Tom said. So Gordon to the free throw line. The basket was good. 21-14. She'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
Got to block out strong here.
Yep. A lot of long rebounds on these hard rims. Gordon fires. That's good. So a 3-point play, 21-15. And East Noble the first 3 of the half. A minute gone in the third quarter. Hoppy up top for Hicks. Loose ball foul coming on East Noble. No further play.
You know, Hoppy kind of playing with fire there. Weak pass to the right wing. That was Hicks. Lady Eagles fortunate to get it back here. Fouls on 20. That's today her first, team foul number 1 in the second half.
So just a tick under 7 minutes to go. Lady Eagles ball out of bounds. Hicks with it up top high on the right side. Hicks almost travel with it. Gets in the paint. Roy, a quick turnaround. That's a brick. Rebound out of there to Gordon. She clears to Russ Missile. The Russ Missile across the timeline for the Lady Knights. Into the corner for Kristen Stewart. She'll try the baseline. Kicked away nicely by Hicks. We'll reset. East Noble ball. Is the pit starting to fill up a little bit now?
Yeah, crowd's starting to come in. DeKalb, Warsaw.
Kind of cold in here. There weren't many bodies in there. So Russ Missile dumps it in the corner now for Kristen Shea. She comes all the way around to the elbow, drives in, forces her way in. And a blocking foul at Columbia City.
I hope they don't call that a shooting foul.
And Coach Krieger wants traveling. Well, going to get it.
You know what I want? I want it to be a no call. I mean, really.
Yeah, she's basically out of control. But
yeah. Hoppy's third, team foul number 2 in the Lady Eagles, and it's not a shooting foul.
Coach Wayne Krieger livid. He wants time.
Well, he called timeout 4 times, and I think I caught the second timeout. Took the third and fourth to get their attention down there. So, got it right.
So finally, Wayne Krieger gets things settled down and gets his time out with 6:35 to go in the third, and a 21-15 Lady Eagle lead.
Now, tonight's game underwritten by Pizza Hut for diner carry out at US 30 and State Road 9 in Columbia City. Large pizza with a pull-apart outer crust made up of 28 cheese-filled bites and lightly seasoned with the flavor of garlic butter. You can call them at 248-2566. That's the Columbia City Pizza Hut at 248-2566. So here in the background, the DeKalb girls head to the locker room, and some may wonder, did they play the best team in the tournament the other night on Tuesday, Andy?
So I'd have to say, Carol, I picked them.
Yeah.
I picked them just because they were hot and won 10 in a row since they beat us. Since I think it was a game or 2 after they beat us. But anyway, they got on one unbelievable roll. And, I thought they'd have DeKalb. They had some shots to win it, but just couldn't get it done. Well, the timeout is done. 6:35 to go in the third. East Noble's ball. Lady Eagles yet to score here. East Noble's put 3 on the board. 6-point Lady Eagle lead. Kristen Shea, left corner. Up top now to Gordon. Gordon to Chelsea Shea in the corner. Blocking foul on Roy.
Yeah,
so
Roy got caught kind of in a weird spot, and I'm not sure, but is that her 4th or is that her 3rd? I'm trying to remember and wait for it. That's her 2nd. So here I am, the human calculator again, Andy. I can't add.
Lady Eagles playing with fire here on these fouls. 6:29 to go, ball out of bounds. Kristen Shea, a long baseline jumper, kind of an odd shot. That's short. Here we go. Lady Eagles the other way. Lead pass into the corner. Roy tries the baseline, cut off over there up top. Hoppy.
They're going to go to the post, Andy. Mark my word here.
Hoppy.
They got to.
Works high right. Into the corner, Roy. Roy. Up top, Hicks into the paint. It is Ruckman. Puts it up. Basket. Counts on the foul off the glass. He scores.
That's that timeout that Coach Krieger just called in. He was set up to get Ruckman the ball down on the low post. Spin move into the paint. She got fouled, hit the bucket. We're looking at a potential three-point play here.
So they can, if Ruckman can hit, they can cancel the one out that East Noble has already.
Fouls on Shade, too, by the way, folks. Just her second, but team foul number 2 on the Lady Knights.
Ruckman well off on the free throw, however. Roy battles for the loose ball. Loose ball's going to come to Columbia City.
Ruckman gets it at the top of the key.
Of all things, that pinball all over the place. Ruckman now on the right wing from the arc. Lady Eagles by 8 into the corner. Hoppy. Hoppy up the wing to Ruckman, top of the key. Hicks down in the paint. What a turnaround. Blocked by Gordon. We go the other way.
Pump fake would have put her on the line. She didn't do it.
And Russmessel across the timeline for East Noble with 5:40 to go in the third. Now Kristen Stewart drives the left side, no further play, and a foul underneath on away from the ball.
Well, they call it on Ott down there. There's 2 kids battling. That's when you call timeout and talk to them and tell them to knock it off. You don't pinpoint a player and say you just picked up your first in the game and 4th for the team. Well, that's a tough foul to give up, Andy.
It is. Ott's first. The ball to bounce to the Lady Knights. It's team foul 4 on the Lady Eagles. Gordon up top, Kristen Stewart, left side for Russmessel. She comes right at the key now. Ooh, Hoppy ran over her man. Russmessel went down low. They got a man loose to the bucket. Chelsea Shade missed a bunny. Oh, rebound out of there, Ruckman. Whew. My Lord, she had a wide open layup and missed it. Now Hoppy back for Columbia City across the timeline. High to the right side into the paint. Ruckman around one. Driving layup, she scores.
Andy, that's the best she's looked in over 14 months.
You're right. That was pre-ACL move.
Yep. Log on to Smith&SonsFuneralHome.com for any other questions. Call Smith & Sons at 244-7601 or stop by at 207 North Main in Columbia City. A little bit of spurtability there for the Lady Eagles, Andy.
Oh, yes. Boy, what a move. Get it thrown away to him, and Roy off to the races.
Sink or swim, and the Lady Eagles get a 4-point run, and it seems like at times they go on 6-minute-long droughts, and they get 4 points in a matter of 30 seconds.
You're right. But 12-point lead here looks good early in the third quarter. But you can't rest the beat. I'm ready to go.
No. The only way I'd be comfortable right now, Andy, in this gymnasium, knowing it's past, is the Lady Eagles are up by about 32, and there's 22 seconds left on the clock.
So it'll be East Noble's ball, length of the floor to go after the timeout.
Boy, that move by Ruckman was just vintage.
Oh, it was.
Pump fake, and the lane went around her, man. I mean, geez, so Pete, we haven't seen that out of her in quite some time.
No, you're right. So Russmessel across the timeline for East Noble. High to the right side. She works down on the baseline on the drive. Running layup. Scores. It rattles home. So give it to Jenna Russmessel. She took it coast to coast, basically.
Well, I don't think the Lady Eagles wanted to pick up any more fouls there, Andy.
You're right. 27-17. We're in enough foul trouble. Ruckman at the left elbow. Ruckman out to Hoppy on the right wing. Hoppy back into Ruckman at the free throw line. Double team. Get rid of it. Jump ball. She let her man tie her up. And but it's possession Lady Eagles. Boy, you got to unload that ball. Get that double team on you. Get rid of it.
That's what makes kids like Greg Oden so good. They know how to get rid of a double team. We see it with Zach Coverstone. He's starting to pick it up. And Ruckman just a little bit tardy there.
And Roy on the right side. Now Hicks up top for Columbia City. Hoppy comes out with 4:15 to go in the third. Now wide on the right side, it's Roy. Roy from the arc, deep in the corner to Hoppy. Hoppy up to Roy. Roy kicks it out to Hicks. Left side, high for Ruckman. Beyond the arc. Ruckman on the drive, kicks it back in the corner. Hoppy pump fakes the three. Stands in the deep left corner. Now up the wing, Ruckman. Ruckman up top now, Hicks. Hicks on the drive, high right
Hoppy
side.
running back door, couldn't see her.
Roy down low in the paint on the blocks. Ruckman turn around up the glass, a little strong. Rebound, and what do we have here?
We have a foul
on Columbia City's Ott.
Well, Ott had in her position. How did she pick up the foul?
And Wayne Krieger's asking the same thing as he's up off the bench again. So that's her second?
Her second, team foul 5, and the Lady Eagles still up 10.
Wow. 3:40 to go in the third. Russmessel across the timeline for East Noble. Now to the elbow, it's Gordon. She's got room, but doesn't take it. Now into the left corner. Russmessel for three. Just off the mark. Good luck. It just would not go down. Cleared by Ott.
Usually on your home floor, those will foul, you know?
Yeah, they missed a weak side rebound, too. But here's Columbia City back. Hicks high to the right side with 3:20 to go in the third. Down the wing now for Nicole Ott. Into the corner now, Hicks. Up the wing, Ott. Top of the key, Hoppy. Hoppy to the left elbow. Still with the dribble. Kicks it off for Roy on the wing. Roy works it back in the corner, left side, deep for Hicks. Hicks being bothered by Shea Day. Tosses it down to Ott. Triple team. Back up to Hoppy at the elbow. She's backed off the play outside the arc. Hoppy. Down to the elbow. Right wing pass good for Ruckman. Ruckman pump fakes. They look for Ott down low. Can't find her. Roy in the corner.
Good patience. Up by 10. There's nothing wrong with us.
No, it's not. 2:40 to go. Now Ott turn around the paint. Blocked by Gordon. We go the other way. Wayne Krieger is livid.
He is just madder than mad down there.
Oh, boy, they didn't get the foul on that. Now across the timeline, Chelsea Shea Day. Now down low, Kristen Shea Day on the drive. Blocking foul on Ruckman. Well, no further play.
The call was right down here in the baseline. I'll give him that because Ruckman was moving backwards. But from our view and probably 500 other people's views, I got fouled down there in the paint.
Wayne Krieger's still on the prowl down there. But the
foul's on Ruckman, her first, 16.
And there's a long two on the way by Chelsea Shea Day. That's off the mark. Kristen Shea Day took that shot. Just for your stats there.
Gotcha.
And Hoppy across the timeline, left side high. It's easy to get the Shea Days mixed up.
Oh, yeah.
They're both 6'2", and they're both look the same. Just a grade apart. Hoppy holds high up top for Columbia City. Columbia City very patient. Hicks high to the right side to the elbow. Cut off. Now she gets into Ruckman. Ruckman all tied up in the paint. Kicks it out. Roy a long three. Short. Hicks the rebound and an East Noble foul.
A clean rebound. Hicks snuck her way in there as they were all over Ruckman on the board, but Hicks got herself in there, picked up her second board in 20 seconds, third of the night, and the Lady Eagles will have the ball.
The Bronx cheer from the natives here.
13 foul on the Lady Knights here in the third quarter.
Ball out of bounds to Hoppy. Gets it up to Roy. Roy on the left side of the elbow, up top Hicks.
Like to see Hicks spot up for about a 21-footer here, Andy.
And Ruckman to Hoppy up top. 1:45 to go, third quarter, Columbia City by 10.
Boy, Hoppy just pulls it out. There's nothing wrong with this at all. If they want to play this way, and we'll hold a 10-point lead as long as they'll let us.
That's right. Hoppy at the center circle. High to the left side, Roy. Back up top, Hoppy. Hoppy bothered by Russ Missile.
No count.
They're looking now into the corner. Ott on the drive. Place line jumper. No, but a East Noble foul.
And you see, Andy, what she did that time different than she did the last. That time she got a pump fake in, and this time she'll go to the free throw line. So, Ott giving Rhodes big minutes here. As Rhodes sitting out with 4 fouls, and Ott will sit at the free throw line. Fouls on number 50. That's Gordon, her third, and the 14th foul on the Lady Knights.
So Ott fires the first free throw, long back iron, no good.
For some reason, Ott is not as good on the road at free throws as she is at home.
Well, you got a big backdrop here at the pit.
Ott, a 55% free throw shooter.
Ott fires, good.
Got that one.
28-17 substitution. Kaylin Fisher into the East Noble lineup for Kristen Stewart. 1:23 to go in the third. Columbia City by 11. East Noble has been in a big drought. They've only scored.
They're living in our world, Andy, for the last few months here.
They've only scored 4 this quarter so far. Columbia City's put up what?
What were we at half? Were we 23-15?
I believe you're right.
We're 22-12, weren't we?
Yep. Here's Shea Day on the drive. No good. Rebound out of there to Ruckman.
What were we at the half?
Well, they got to write that down. It's been.
Was it an 8-point or 10-point? I think it was 8. 23-15.
Now here's Hoppy up top. And Hoppy working it. The Lady Eagles play for one, it appears, with 40 seconds to go. Hoppy up top to Hicks. Hicks. And she's fouled on the play by Russ Missile. No further play.
Andy, it was 21-13.
21-13, that's it. So actually, we've only put up 7 then, and they put up 4. So we're kind of a wash here. It seems like East Noble hasn't scored.
But to go along with it, Lady Eagles are taking their time offensively. Not rushing things, some minute-long possessions. It's good move on Coach Krieger's part.
So they get it into Ruckman. High up top with 30 seconds. Hoppy holds. Hoppy around left of the key. Hoppy way up top into the elbow. Ruckman goes into the paint. Forces it up. Blocked by Gordon, but they call Andrea Gordon for a foul.
And Ruckman will go to the line.
And Coach Ross not happy with that.
Pump fake again, and the Lady Eagles are starting to catch on to the lane play of the East Noble Lady Knights. Everything's going to take a pump fake with that heist down there.
You're right. So that's, 4 on?
That is 4 on Gordon.
That puts her, they're going to send a sub in for her. Ruckman fires the first free throw, long and no good.
Ruckman, a 62% shooter, Andy.
Stewart in for the aforementioned Gordon.
She's got 6 in the game.
So Ruckman will try it again, trying to make 1 of 2. Fires and good, 29-17.
12-point lead.
And here comes East Noble. Russ Missile to the timeline with 15 seconds.
Play good D, no threes.
East Noble needs a bucket. And a foul on the play as Hicks got her.
Oh, boy. I don't know if she got anxious as so much as she got a piece of the ball. I thought it was pretty clean, but that's her third. And the worst part about it, Andy, it's going to send the Lady Knights to the line. 17 foul on the Lady Eagles. Hicks with her third.
12 seconds to go in the quarter. It will be Kaylin Fisher to the free throw line, a 5'6" junior for East Noble.
Block out, girls.
She fires. Long back iron, no good. Loose ball to East Noble. Kristen Shade, a putback off the glass, no. Little strong rebound, Ruckman, 6 seconds. Ahead for Hoppy. Hoppy across the timeline, lead pass, Roy in the corner, 3 on the way.
Yeah! All right!
That was huge at the buzzer.
You know what, Andy? She shot it without thinking about it. That's what did it.
She just got it. That was like a Dan Marino release football pass. She just got it and fired. Of course, she was racing the clock. They're having a discussion. I hope.
Oh, that was clean. That was so far good that they. I think it went through the basket with a second left.
Yeah, I don't know what they were discussing, but anyway.
Who got the board down here? Was it Ruckman? Ruckman got it to Hoppy and give Hoppy the 90-foot assist.
32-17, huge three-point goal at the buzzer by Angie Roy. We go to the final stanza.
Boy, you know what, I mean it, Andy. She just caught the ball, set her feet, shot it like we've seen her do it so many times in previous seasons, and there was nothing to it. Good rotation, wasn't a knuckleball. Very pretty.
You're right.
Big three.
That. So some of our underwriters tonight, Pizza Hut for dine-in or carry-out at US 30 State Road 9 in Columbia City. Large pizza with a pull-apart outer crust made up of 28 cheese-filled bites and lightly seasoned with the flavor of garlic butter. You can call them at 248-2566. That's Pizza Hut.
Andy, that was a 5-point swing.
Oh,
because East Noble not only had 2 free throws potentially, but they also had a rebound putback miss that was a bunny.
Yep.
So there's another 2 points there. We go 90 feet in 3 seconds, and it's Angie Roy answering the call.
That is huge. You are correct. Possession East Noble to begin the fourth quarter. Columbia City up 32-17.
And the thing is, we did it without thinking. That's huge.
Yep.
Wasn't methodical at all.
Now up top, Russ Missile. Final stanza underway unless we find a way to overtime. Kristen Shady on the drive. She traveled.
Yep, she did. Lifted her pivot foot. Top official was all over it. Turnover, the Lady Knights, give them their 11th in the game.
I'm just startled at how many times they've traveled tonight. They've got a more athletic ball club, but boy, they aren't using it.
Our kids are not playing perimeter defense like we did at home. We usually extend ourselves outside the arc a little bit more. I think that's got East Noble a little miffed, maybe.
And now Hoppy up top on the left wing. And needs help. Almost a 5-second call. They throw it to Hicks. Stolen by East Noble. Now stolen back, and we're going to have a loose ball foul in Columbia City.
2 kids going for a loose ball, and Knott's going to pick it up. The right call, and Knott will send East Noble to the line. Her third. You wonder how long he's going to go without Andy. I know Rhodes has got some legs down there. She's been sitting most of tonight's game with foul trouble. She got enough to go here in the next few minutes?
I would think so. I don't know. We'll see what Coach Krieger does. Of course, Hobson gets some nice boards down there and working her tail off. Kristen Shade short on the free throw. Rebound Ruckman.
Give Ruckman her 9th board of the night there, Andy.
As East Noble's going stone cold here. Hoppy across the timeline, left side high for Hicks. Hicks into the paint. Hicks on the drive. Tries to throw it into traffic. Loose ball comes to Roy.
I like the penetration. It's a good look. Let's sit back and in the offense here a little bit.
Hoppy brings it back out top. And looks for Roy on the backdoor cut. Can't find her. Now to Roy in the corner. Down low in the blocks. Ruckman a turnaround. Puts it up. Rims out. Rebound Gordon.
Boy, good look by Ruckman there. I like it.
To Shea to Russ Missile. She'll bring it across with 6:55 to go. Russ Missile off on the left side now for Fisher. Fisher tries the left baseline, cut off nicely by Hicks. Gordon fires a 16-footer. That's an air ball. That was checked. That was Chelsea Shea.
Well, Chelsea didn't have a prayer with it, and it's no knock on her, but it's more of a me tipping my hat to Alyssa Ruckman for playing defense out on her so far. You get that kind of height, matching up that kind of height on an outside jumper, and there's just no way.
So now they bring in Andrea Gordon, who was in there with 4 fouls for Chelsea Shea. Columbia City with it, length of the floor to go. Pressure being put on by the Russ Missile in the backcourt, but Hoppy gets it across easily. 6.5 to go. Columbia City by 15. Hoppy off on the left wing, dances around the arc. Down low in the paint, Ruckman spins, pump fakes, goes up, missed everything. Ruckman, their own rebound, puts it up, scores high off the glass.
That's talent to be falling backwards after the board and be able to put the right English on it to go off the glass.
34-17. Columbia City up now with 6:10 to go. Long 2 on the way. That's long back iron and no good by Kristen Shea. Loose ball saved by Gordon, and what do we have here?
Over the back is East Noble player. It was 50. Gordon tried saving it.
That's going to be it for her, isn't it?
Yeah, she was trying to save it out of bounds.
Well, wait a minute. They gave it to 32.
Right. They gave it to Roy. Had the position on the jump ball. That's what I want to call it because it was so far in the air. And with 32, Stewart just went over the back. And Roy's got 2 free throws coming here. Check out one on one. Come on, Roy. Put him in.
So the senior for Columbia City fires. Good. 35-17. She'll have another one.
Andy, I know we got 6 minutes left, but if you would have told me we'd been up by 18 with 6 minutes left, I would have said no way.
I agree with you. Given the struggles of the Lady Eagles as of late. Roy fires again. 36-17 is good.
And this forces East Noble to do something they're not comfortable doing, Andy. They're going to start, and the last couple sets they've taken some shots they don't normally take.
On the drive, and there's a runner on the way by Russ Missile. That's an air ball, partially deflected by Oppy. Go the other way. 5:50 to go. Columbia City across the timeline, looking pretty good right now. Up by 19. This is a surprise. Hicks into the paint. Down low for Ruckman. Knocked away by East Noble, but Hicks gets it back. Hicks on the drive into the paint. Kicks across. Ott on the back door. Lost the handle. And it's off of Ott. Turnover Eagles.
Went off of Ott. Someone fumbling around a little bit. Lady Eagles turned the ball over. 9th turnover of the game for Columbia City. 5:35 left to go.
Laura Dice checked in her first appearance of the night for the Lady Knights. And Fisher sits down. Man across the timeline now. East Noble on the drive on the baseline. Kristen Stewart cut off. Tied up with Ruckman. Jump ball. Possession Lady Eagles. Turnover East Noble.
Boy, oh boy.
There's Rhodes coming in for Ott.
And the one thing I want to tip my hat to, Andy, is Coach Ross down there. He's down by 19. Still coaching his kids like they're down by 2 with 2 minutes to go. I mean, that's a good move on his part and well appreciated, I'm sure, by the fans, and good coaching.
Hoppy up top. 5:10 to go in the ball game. Columbia City by 19. Hoppy. Left elbow now for Ruckman. Ruckman to the right elbow. Rhodes. Rhodes spins as Hicks is knocked down. Up top to Hoppy. Hoppy will work it left of the key. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Roy on the drive. She traveled.
Yep, she did. Little stutter step. Well, Lady Eagles, I think really could just soak up some more time here offensively, and we get this one over a little bit quicker.
So off the timeline now, Russ Missile. For Gordon, high on the right side. Up top now to Laura Dice. Dice high to the left side, Russ Missile. Russ Missile, top of the key now for Stewart. Stewart on the drive, forces it, no, pass into Chelsea Shea. She scores. East Noble breaks a long drought there.
She's got 7 of their 19, Andy.
36-19. 4:25 to go in the ball game. Hoppy back across for Columbia City. Holds high left side, in trouble. Gets it off to Hicks at the center circle. Hicks around the right side. Oh, Rhodes took her man out on the screen. Down now. The pass back to Rhodes. Layup and score on the give and go from Hicks.
That's Stockton and Malone right there, Andy. A little give and go, high pick and roll.
So 38-19 Lady Eagles. Chelsea Shea on the drive, and what do we have? A Columbia City foul.
Might be on Ruckman, getting a little too touchy down there. Shea had it, and she'll go to the line, but Ruckman will pick up the foul, her second. For the Lady Eagles, it's their 9th.
So 1-1 coming for Chelsea Shea.
Coach Krieger wants timeout.
And Kristen Shea back into
Look at him. Look at him. He's out top of the key, called timeout.
He cannot get a timeout. They, for some reason, ignore him when he wants a timeout. So timeout with 4:04 to go in the ball game. 38-19 Lady Eagles And here's some underwriters from Tom.
Well, one of our underwriters is Star Bank. Full-service bank with branches in Columbia City and branches throughout all of Northeast Indiana. That's Star Financial Bank. For both consumer and business loans at 248-6000. Don't forget about Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law. Provide the legal services to individuals and businesses of Whitley County from their offices in downtown Columbia City. It's Myers, Tyson, Hockemeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law. Now, this one has been a lot more fun than I anticipated. Not that I anticipated bad things happening, but anytime I don't have to bite my fingernails, I consider it a good night.
You're right. This was a lot better than a few of our games did down the stretch. So, but, for all the struggles, still Lady Eagles finished up 14-6. At times it doesn't seem like it. But, we've talked to the coaching staff, and there could have very easily been a couple more wins, maybe 3 more. 16-4. It could be 17-3. We've let some slip away. I mean, we always look back at that Carroll game and say, oh my. And they've been our nemesis, no doubt about it, over the last few years. Of course, the second game tonight, 19-1 DeKalb against 12-8 Warsaw. We won't have that, but pick that up on other locations. Chelsea Shea Day now fires the 1-1. That one's an air ball. Unbelievable. Wow.
Trying to do her best out there, giving a little smile, but I'm sure she's disappointed in that.
So a full court pressure put on by the Knights. They get it into Ruckman. Back over for Hoppy. Lead pass up the left side. Roy's got room. But she backtracks, but she lets traffic clear. Now she'll get it across. Hoppy up top.
Coach Krieger called that timeout for a reason, Andy. I'm waiting to see what it develops here.
Hicks on the right side with 3:45 to go. Into the paint to the free throw line. Now dumps in the corner. Hoppy. Hoppy dancing around the left side. Is all the way up top. Perhaps milking a little clock. Now Ruckman. Now back up top and Hoppy.
Ruckman didn't even turn to face the basket there, so that's what Coach Krieger did.
Foul.
Yep. And a foul 30 feet from the basket, so it'll put Hoppy at the line, I'm sure. What do you think, Andy? This game coming up next, the Warsaw Ball Club that's maybe a little bit shaken up.
Yep. DeGeter's shoulders hurting. They're turnover prone.
Yeah.
I talked to their radio announcer a couple of weeks ago, and he says they're very prone to the turnovers for some reason. They've been very inconsistent. But they're the only ones to beat the DeKalb Barons, 54-37, back to the Tiger Den earlier this season.
And they get him at a neutral floor. That's pretty important, really.
So Hoppy shoots the free throw. Short. Rebound out there to East Nobles. Kristen Shea. Now here comes Russ Missile across the timeline. Russ Missile up top now. Chelsea Shea on the drive into the corner. Stewart down low to Chelsea Shea. Ran out of real estate at the side of the backboard on the shot. Ruckman clears. Hoppy across the timeline with 3:15 to go. Lady Eagles up 38-19. Looking pretty good right now. Hoppy high to the right side. Roy into the paint. Almost traveled with it. Needs help. Bonnie dumps to Rhodes in the paint. Rhodes turns, fires short. Loose ball to Columbia City. Rhodes throws it to Roy, and Roy lost the handle in front of the Columbia City bench. Turnover.
You got the third quarter score down there, what it was at the end of quarter 3 by chance?
No, I am flipping tonight.
Come on now, Andy.
How long we been doing
how many they have this quarter? You know that. I can figure out the rest. They have 2 this quarter?
2.
That means they had 5 in the third.
Yep. And Russ Missile back across now. And here's Dice up top now on the drive into the paint. They kick it back to Dice. Lost the handle. No, a Columbia City foul. Angie Roy gets the foul, I think. Well, yeah, they're finally going to call it. Her third.
32-18, I'm going to say at the end of third.
Yep. So they had a layup, though. They did get a layup, so they have to have at least 2 this quarter. We'll figure it out. And that one, low back iron, no good.
I said that puts them at 5 in the third. Because they had 12 at half.
Double bonus.
I don't know. I I give up.
We just know we're winning right now, and we like that. We know the listeners like it. And that one rims out for East Noble. As they missed 2 free throws there, that's huge, as Laura Dice could not convert. 2:40 to go. Hoppy across the timeline now. Hoppy on the drive into the paint. Runner on the way off the glass. She scores. 40-19. 2.5 to go. East Noble back.
Break up the Lady Eagles.
As East Noble is just falling apart here offensively. Dice looks down low to Chelsea Shea spins, and what do we have? A Columbia City foul, and Angie Roy is just...
Roy says, you got to be kidding me. And being up by 21, that's not bad, but this is a tight game. Oh, boy.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that if it was a tight one. So, Roy's fourth.
Fourth foul, team foul number 10 of the Lady Eagles. Double bonus now with the clock stopped.
All right. To the charity stripe will be Chelsea Shea. Fires, good. 40-20. Casey Johnson, Kim Reflake into the Columbia City lineup. Hicks and Roy will sit down with 2:19 to go. And I think if you're out there listening and you're a Columbia City fan and you know we have a 20-point lead, you probably figure we're in good shape. Chelsea Shea fires the second one. That's long back iron, bounding and bounces in. 40-21. Full court pressure by the Lady Knights. They get it into Kim Reflake. Back over now for Hoppy. Hoppy still in the backcourt. Pressured by Russ Missile. Hoppy not across. Now spins in trouble. Finally gets it across the road. Rhodes, they got numbers down low, but they pull it out. Casey Johnson down low to Carly Rohr, who's checked in. Up top, Johnson. Then out to Hoppy.
2 minutes.
2 minutes to go. Reflake wide on the right side for the Lady Eagles. Tries to go down for Rohr, can't find her. Instead up top, it's Hoppy. Hoppy, top of the key. Left side now, Johnson. Johnson up top to Reflake. Wide on the right side, Hoppy. 1:40 now to go in this one. Down low to Rhodes. Layup score.
Now, Rhodes got her man sealed down on the block, and that was all she wrote, Andy.
42-21. Lady Eagles haven't doubled up again with 1.5 to go in this one. Chelsea Shea off on the left side now for Dice. Dice down low to Stewart. Stewart spins on the baseline. Can't get the job done there. Now top, Russ Missile along two, and she scores. Top of the key, Russ Missile. They gave the points to us. We still can't figure out where the home team on the scoreboard.
There they go.
42-23. Hoppy in the backcourt. Hoppy across the timeline to Rhodes.
Coach Krieger might get a timeout here, Andy, just to get a kid in or two.
And now up top it's Hoppy. Minute to go in the ball game. Casey Johnson holds on the left side. Now up top it's Reflake. Reflake off for Hoppy. Hoppy holds high right into the paint on the drive, puts it out.
Travel. Did she travel? Nope, she got fouled.
They're going to get fouled.
Penetration from Hoppy. Key tonight, Andy. Drive and dish or drive and score, either way. That's the 10th team foul in East Noble, too, isn't it? 19th foul. Either way, it's number 32. That'd be Stewart. That's her third foul. So Hoppy will set sail for the free throw line.
So Cathan Cassell comes into the East Noble lineup.
Lady Eagles got one checking in for the shooter here, Andy. I think it's Nordman.
Yep, it's Nordman. And East Noble's also got, who else in? Got a couple more subs in there. Hoppy fires good.
You're Nordman. You're over there going, just hit the second bucket, Sherry.
So I can get in. Katie Townsley also into the East Noble lineup as Coach Ross has unloaded his bench. Fisher is back as well with 51 seconds in a 20-point game. The subs are in. Hoppy fires this one in and out, no good. Rebound battled around, and Reflake out of the scramble with it. To Johnson, to Hoppy.
He might get a timeout, Andy. 46 left.
Left corner, Reflake. Reflake with the dribble up top now, Johnson. And Hoppy. Hoppy, top of the key, she backs up. Right side high for Rhodes. Rhodes on the baseline. Lady Eagle fans start to come to their feet under 30 seconds. The Lady Eagles will be coming back for the championship game tomorrow night. Rhodes on the drive. Wide open layup. She gets around her man, scores. 45-23. Ashley Rhodes, two more. Across the timeline, Fisher. 12 seconds. Fisher left side. High for Townsley. Up top now it's Dice. Dice on the drive. Long three on the way by Townsley. That's an air ball. Saved. And Rhodes falls down with it. East Noble saves it. Buzzer into the ball game. Final score, Columbia City Lady Eagles 45, East Noble Lady Knights 23.
Did not see that coming.
Well, the East Noble offense really went south in the second. So stay with us for post-game activities here. The Lady Eagles advance to the championship game tomorrow night here at the Pit in Kendallville against either DeKalb or Warsaw. And the teams exchange pleasantries And the coaching staff do as well, so Columbia City advances here in Class 4A Sectional 5. We'll tell you about the underwriters. They were Myers, Tyson, Hockmeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law, providing legal services to individuals and businesses of Whitley County. From offices in downtown Columbia City, that's Myers, Tyson, Hockmeyer, McNagny, attorneys at law. Star Financial Bank, a full-service bank with 2 branches in Columbia City, branches throughout Northeast Indiana as well. Star Financial Bank for both consumer and business loans at 248-6000. Contact Smith & Sons Funeral Home for all your funeral arrangements. Log on to www.smithandsonsfuneralhome.com. For any other questions, call them at 244-7601 or stop by at 207 North Main in Columbia City, Smith & Sons Funeral Home. Pizza Hut for dine-in or carry-out at US 30 State Road 9 in Columbia City. Large pizza with pull-apart outer crust made up of 28 cheese-filled bites and lightly seasoned with the flavor of garlic butter. You can call them at 248-2566. That's Columbia City Pizza Hut, 248-2566. So thanks to the underwriters here tonight. The Lady Eagles are victorious here at the Big Blue Pit in Kendallville. In sectional play in the semifinals, they defeat the homestanding Lady Knights of East Noble. As they were on their home floor, they were the visitors. But anyway, the Lady Eagles win it 45-23 here tonight. And they will advance to play the Warsaw or DeKalb. And the Barron fans start to get revved up across the way. And we'll get the statistics here. We would assume Wayne Krieger would be up. So that means that Tom and I will be back with you for the championship game. We'll air at 7:15 tomorrow night for a 7:30 championship here in Class 4A Sectional 5. So we will be back tomorrow night for at least another one. And perhaps a trip to the regional.
I'm all set over here, Andy, whenever you're ready.
All right, take it away.
Look at stats. East Noble in this one, Caitlin Fisher, 0-1 from the field, no points in this one. Jenna Russmissel, 2 of 10 from the field. She had 7 in the game, 3 of them in the first, 4 of them in the second. Kristen Shade, 1 of 7 from the field. Just 4 in the game. She went cold in the second half. Kristen Stewart, 0 of 2. No points for Stewart. Andrea Gordon goes 1 of 1 from the floor, a 3-point play that starts the second half. And that was all she had. Chelsea Shade went 3 of 7. She had 10 in the game. And the Lady Knights turned the ball over 18 times in this one. Victorious Lady Eagles who advance to the sectional championship tomorrow night. Look like this. Sherry Hoppy went 2 of 3 from the field. She had 5 in the game, 2 in the first half, 3 in the second. Angie Roy had 14 on 5 of 10 shooting. Nicole Ott had 1 free throw. She had 2 trips to the line, 1 of 2 there. Block shot, 5 boards for Nicole Ott tonight. Ashley Rhodes went 4 or 5 from the field, 6 points late from Rhodes, gave her 8 in the game. Alyssa Ruckman, so close to a double-double, Andy. 9 points in this one on 4 of 9 shooting. Give her 10 rebounds. Amanda Hicks got things started for the Lady Eagles. 8 big points off of 17-foot jump shots back-to-back in the first half. Give her 8 in the game. Give her 3 boards. Give her 2 assists. Amanda Hicks got the ball rolling tonight for Columbia City, and the Lady Eagles turned the ball over tonight 15 times. So again, a top of 5. Ott with 1, Roy 14, Rhodes hit for 8. Ruckman hit for 9. And Hicks finished up with 8. The Lady Eagles get the performance like they had hoped for, Andy, 45-23. And can't ask for much more than that. I know this one was thought to be a tight one coming in. It was tight at times, but boy, Lady Eagles just dictated play tonight.
Yes, they did. They controlled the tempo, and once East Noble got out of sync, Lady Eagles were able to sustain what they started, and it worked out tonight. And like you said, it come out on the road here against a team on their home floor. That's huge to control the tempo, take them out of their game, and come away with a big win here after some struggles down the stretch. It's big, and you get to advance, get the momentum now, and you get to play for a sectional championship tomorrow night.
Well, that's why they call it the second season, because everything you did up to tonight means nothing.
Right.
And the Lady Eagles had high hopes coming into this season, and not that 14-6 is the bad place to be coming into sectional, but Lady Eagles thought they would be in basketball heaven probably, Andy, this time of year. And, Andy, it's this time of year where you just forgive and forget.
Right.
You look back at the things that are behind you, and they get a second chance to do what they wanted to accomplish coming in. They obviously have high hopes for tomorrow night. I don't know if they necessarily care who they play. And each team is a team the Lady Eagles want to really get back at a little bit.
Right.
So, but hey, Lady Eagles won one tonight and did it in good fashion.
Yep, and speaking of the two teams here on the floor, Warsaw defeated Columbia City 45-33 back on December 13th at the Don Weeks Gymnasium. And then, of course, Columbia City was beaten by DeKalb 56-38 at Don Weeks Gymnasium earlier in the year. So,
and that one was a 20-20 game at halftime. If I
yeah, it
remember.
was. Lady Eagles battled back to tie it, and then it went awry from there. But anyway, that's what happened between the two schools on the floor, and one of which the Lady Eagles will play for a sectional championship tomorrow night. So that's all you can ask for. You get a good draw, and you're able to take advantage, and you will play for the sectional championship. And that's big. We've only played for one since we made the state final run of 2000, if I'm not mistaken. That was in 2002, where we lost to none other than Carroll. We've lost to Carroll now for, 4 or 5 years in a row previous to this. So
trying to think this over, did we not? What year was it we played Wawasee? Was that
that was, we played them both that year, and we played them in 2002 as well. Chastity Myers and that bunch. And
and Dana Roberts and Moore and Baylor.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was, we did beat Wawasee and Warsaw that year over at Warsaw, but then we fell to Carroll in overtime.
Right.
So, but it's been a while. It's been since 2002 since the Lady Eagles have won a sectional game. So this is nice to get off the schneid, so to speak, and play for a sectional championship here tomorrow night here at East Noble High School. So,
we rarely get the opportunity to be up here more than once a year, Andy, and you look around, and this is a good basketball environment.
Oh, it is.
You can't really say anything negative about the facilities. It's clean. It's good light. Yeah, good light.
Well, the floor reflects the light. Nice color floor. It's a nice place. Tough shooting backdrop for a visiting team, but you're right. Nice place to play. We'll be back here tomorrow night for a championship. 7:30. We'll be on the air about 7:15. So
you look at the shooting backdrop and you think Warsaw might be in hog heaven down there compared to DeKalb, because that's what we're used to with the bleachers behind the basket. We're used to it at both ends, but at one end here it's that way. This is going to be interesting. I wouldn't mind catching this one on DeKalb TV about 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. But
yeah, that's right. They do put those on local access up there. So
waiting on.
Yeah, still waiting. Coach Krieger is see when he arrived. He and both teams, Warsaw and DeKalb, warming up. Of course, we will not have that one for you. That's available on other outlets. We could probably call that one.
Probably could.
We've got enough juice left in the tank.
Sure.
But we're not a part of that one, so we'll just have to check your local listings and see what happens in that. And meanwhile, Tom and I will be back tomorrow night. Of course, boys basketball takes 8 days off after running the table in the conference with that 42-30 victory over Carroll last night. Congratulations to boys basketball. They will play Manchester next Friday night, a week from tonight, at home. And then Northridge comes rolling in on Saturday night. So boys basketball, a couple home games next week as they head down the stretch of their season. Still about 3 weeks away from their tournament yet. Of course, that will be right back here at the pit here in Kendallville. Boys sectional 5 will be here February 28th, March 3rd, and March 4th. So that's what's coming up. Of course, individual wrestling semi-state at the Memorial Coliseum. I believe that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. Individual semi-state. We've got 5 wrestlers, I believe, in that one. And good luck to all of them. And then, of course, the team won the semi-state 33-24 over Elkhart Memorial at home the other night. So they will advance to Center Grove High School on February 25th, Saturday, to compete in the Final 8, the team state finals. They will wrestle Bloomington South.
That was so neat the other night.
Yes, it was.
I know I felt like a little kid, but that was the first one I've ever been to. And you see the kids in the hallways every now and then, and you kind of go, that kid wrestles? And I looked at Brian Deitch the other night, and I thought, that is nobody that I'd ever want to mess with.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
No.
Well, what a big win for the Eagles the other night. Deitch and Brian Deitch, that is, get him going early with a couple of pins out of 4 matches and get that early momentum. And, boy, just what a deal. And to all the wrestlers, great job. And what that program's done in 10 years. under Coach Kirby and his staff is just astronomical, and they're reaping the benefits. Great sectionals now.
Sure.
Let's see, we've got, 5 out of the last 6 years we've won the team regional, and then 3 semi-states now, and the 3rd state final appearance. And if we would happen to beat Bloomington South, we would be the first wrestling team to medal 3 years in a row at Team State. And I think that's what Coach Kirby told me.
You tip your hat to Coach Kirby, because I remember when he came aboard, and it started slowly, but it started surely.
Yep.
And it started with, we want to beat Belmont. And then that was done. And then it was, we want to win conference.
Yep.
And then it was, we want to win sectional, we want to win region. And the next thing you know, Andy, they're down at Center Grove.
Yes, sir. So we'll wait for Coach Krieger here a little longer, as we haven't seen him yet, but I would assume we'll see him. He's probably trying to get some scouting together. So,
well, either way, Lady Eagles will be playing tomorrow night for a sectional title. This one before us, about 10 minutes away from tipping off. It's Warsaw and DeKalb. We will not have that ball game. Some other media outlets, as Andy said, will have it. And I'll just go ahead and tell you who they are. RSW over in Warsaw, they're going to put it on. And they're going to probably put them all on here this tournament. I don't know.
Actually, they're only doing Warsaw.
They're only doing Warsaw, okay.
Yep. Talked to Roger the other week, and they obviously have Tippecanoe Valley sectional down at Norwell tonight, so they have them on as well. So they've got a couple different crews and a couple different locales. So Hoosier Hysteria at its best here in the Class 4A tournament. Of course, 96 schools set out to win the 4A title.
By the way, if you're trying to catch that game over at RSW, that's 107.3 on your FM dial, 1480 on AM. I don't know which is going to have which. Obviously, we don't. Well, 1480 is a closer game. Will they carry Valley? I have no idea. Either way, DeKalb will probably be on their cable access. And Froggy 106.7. Is that's
a new station. So, yeah, they're doing some DeKalb games. So, anyway. As we haven't seen Wayne Krieger yet, we'll stand by a little bit more here. Their locker room was clear down on the other side of the school building, and I'm surprised we haven't seen him yet. Obviously, he's probably trying to get a scouting team or package here together to get his coaches lined up to, take a look at this one. They want to scout and see what they're going to find out before they play one of these teams.
I tell you what he might be doing too, Andy, is he might be patting every kid in that locker room's back. I mean, they came out and performed absolutely wonderful tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just take a minute to say, now guys, put everything behind you and concentrate on what we just accomplished. I'm sure that's what he's pressing upon.
It's going to take another strong effort tomorrow night and then some.
Yep, you're right.
And then some. You're going to have to add to it.
Take effort. It might take a little luck. You might want to cross your fingers, wear the same socks.
Well, you always need luck.
Go into play,
You always need luck in a state tournament. Sometimes, the best team doesn't always win the championship.
That's right.
It's the luckiest one. You always need luck in these things. It's just part of the package. So we'll see where we go with that. And we'll wait just a little longer to see if Coach Krieger wants to have a word with us tonight. It's obviously a kind of a different setup than we're used to. We've got the early ball game tonight, the 6 o'clock game. Then, of course, we have another one right here on our heels. So, different setup.
I just might have figured out the Lady Eagle jinx, Andy. I've been wearing this stupid Cubs hat, and it probably goes right along with the jinxes for about the last 3 months.
Oh, is that what it is?
I took it off during the national anthem, didn't put it back on, and look what happened.
Look what happened. Well, you know I'd second that.
I know you would.
Thinking Cubs hat.
I wonder if I could up it a little bit and maybe wear a Sox hat tomorrow night.
Well, I might have to wear the Sox hat just to combat you. We'll take that off. So hard to believe the White Sox are the world champions, but anyway. And
maybe somebody needs to walk a goat down there by the DeKalb and Warsaw bench. That'd be a little bit to go on the old Cubs history. Waiting on the arrival of Coach Krieger, and Andy said earlier he may be setting up a lot of coaches to sit through this next one. He obviously is tipping his hat to his kids in the locker room. They performed extremely well in the first game tonight, and maybe they're touching on some things for tomorrow night. We don't know, but Coach Krieger always does come out, and he's on a dead sprint coming up the stairs. I'm sure he's been visiting with some other media, too, possibly, as they'll grab him first and foremost. And The one thing's for sure, Andy, Coach Krieger always makes his way up to the WJHS booth. It's Coach Krieger, a pop in one hand, a scorebook in the other. And Coach Krieger, welcome aboard, high atop the Big Blue Pit here in Kendallville. Coach, what a performance. 45-23. Andy and I thought it might take a 68-point night for you guys to pull it out, but you did it with offense, you did it with defense, and you did it with kids stepping up.
Well, we did. We had different kids perform all the way through the game. The first part of the game, Hicks and Roy were pretty much leading us. In the second part of the game, Ruckman came on. Yep. We were trying to take advantage of their big kids. Sort of like to play a one-person zone, and so we put the ball in Alyssa's hands, and if they stayed back, she was to shoot it. If Gordon came up on her, she was supposed to take her to the basket. So that was pretty successful. In their zone, they had to go to man the second half, and that's, well, actually the fourth quarter they went to man, and that made it a little easier for us to penetrate. We pulled it out and did some backdoor stuff. So overall, I was pleased with the performance offensively and particular defensively. I think they only scored 7 field goals for the entire ball game. So,
yeah, you got to be happy with that. Most of the points came from the line. We took away a lot of things defensively, Coach, and you mentioned it. The back door wasn't there tonight like it was in that December meeting, which we won 35-29. We took away the back door. We went to the pump fake in the offensively inside the lane. We saw the pump fake tonight. Their big kids do a nice job getting block shots, but we put it all together a little bit tonight, Coach, and you put things in the past. And,
yeah,
Coach Krieger, you got them going. I wasn't intrigued. I thought, holy cow, our kids look great. We had a set. I don't want to interrupt you, but we had a set in the second quarter where we had 5 passes in 3 seconds. And it was the best set we've had in 3 months. Didn't result in the basket. It might have been a foul or something. But Andy and I just kind of looked at each other and went, what in the world?
Yeah, we did concentrate a little bit on our patience and our ball movement, and we're successful. I was pleased with our patience. That's one thing I talked to the kids about. We needed to be more patient offensively, and we were.
Well, you got big-time performances tonight from some kids. You already mentioned Hicks and Roy, and those 2 kids were tremendous, absolutely tremendous. We saw a move by Ruckman in the fourth quarter we haven't seen for almost 2 years, and it was just, just seemed to kind of all come together tonight.
Well, we're halfway home for the sectional, and that's, we told kids it's 1 minute at a time, 1 game at a time. So as soon as we get, hopefully, I mean, this is no kidding. I cannot remember a point in the season where we have had everybody healthy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know what you're saying.
Since the first of the year, Tom, we have had somebody out or injured the whole group of those games. And, Ruckman had a real bad ankle sprain. We didn't say anything. She's been in therapy for almost, actually all week. Okay? It happened last Wednesday in practice. And, she didn't play in the Huntington game because of it. And then it wasn't getting any better, so she had to go to physical therapy to make it happen. So it's nice to have everybody healthy for a change.
Yeah, have everybody healthy. The kids look sharp. I look back at that bucket by Roy to close out the quarter, and it was the first time we saw Angie shoot without thinking.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes she drills them anyway, but she got her feet set and drilled it, and that's just a symbol of the whole night. The Lady Eagles are on top of the game.
Yeah, it was a good performance. I'm real proud of it.
Coach, talk a little bit about this next game coming up. Warsaw, DeKalb. This one obviously a good one. Warsaw got them during the season. A little bit beat up, so to speak. DeKalb's probably favored coming in. What do you think?
I think DeKalb, just because of the fact that Cease is not healthy, for one thing, she's one of their Well, she is a primary player for them. They've got other players, but I will be, I'll be surprised if Warsaw can pull it out.
Those are the thoughts of Coach Krieger. Coach, thanks a lot for stopping up. I know you had a lot of things to take care of. We appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you guys being here, and I'm sorry I was a little late.
That's not a problem. Coach Krieger joining us, everyone. Post-game, the Lady Eagles do win this one 45-23. 2 minutes on the clock in front of us for the game after us. And the elated Coach Krieger probably trying to find a seat to do some scouting, Andy.
Well, he got picked up by the Post and Mail people, but I think he's got his staff well on the scouting. So, boy, what a win, and I'm sure he's happy. I didn't hear all of that. Getting rather loud in here, but...
Well, this time of year, you don't want to say too much because you're about afraid who's listening. And
that's right.
He alluded to the Lady Eagles. They're just about healthy. We got a couple little things, but probably the most healthy we've been in a long, long time.
That's right.
So that's interesting. And I mentioned Alyssa's move to the basket, and he gave me a good grin, something that the listeners can't see on the radio. And we saw some things tonight, Andy, we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. We saw some offensive flow.
Yep.
We saw some good ball movement. The defense was there. Maybe the only weakness tonight was that weak side rebounding.
Yep, I think you're right.
He got burned on. So on the whole, pretty solid effort all the way around.
Well, Coach gave me the stat of the night, Andy. 7 field goals for East Noble. Most of their points came from the stripe, and that's incredible. But what a big night for the Lady Eagles.
Well, absolutely. Survive and advance. They will be in the championship game tomorrow night here at the Pit in Kendallville. We're going to put a wrap on it here. So one last time tonight, we'll thank our underwriters. They were Myers, Tyson, Hockenmeyer, McNagny, the Star Financial Bank, Smith & Sons, Funeral Home, and Pizza Hut. Thank all of them for being part of it here tonight, and thank all of you for listening to WJHS and Lady Eagle Basketball. Thanks to Dirk Walker as well back at the studio. And, hey, we'll be with you. Championship game tomorrow night here from the Pit in Kendallville, as we'll be on the air at 7:15 for the 7:30 championship game. Columbia City against either Warsaw or DeKalb. They will settle that here in just a few minutes. So that's going to be the story here from the Pit in Kendallville, East Noble High School tonight. For Tom Rensler, this is Andy Thompson. Final score once again, 45-23. It favored the Columbia City Lady Eagles. They'll play for a sectional championship tomorrow night. We'll talk to you then. This has been a WJHS Sports exclusive.